What if your go-to move in an argument is actually a trap? Think about it. Someone throws a jab, questions you, twists your words, and your first instinct is to explain, to defend, to make them understand. Here is the brutal truth Machiavelli figured out 500 years ago. The second you start explaining yourself, you've already lost. You're not proving your point, you're handing over your power. That need to be understood, it's your biggest weakness, and people can smell it. Today, I'm showing you how to kill that instinct. This is how you flip the script using silence, questions, and a mindset so solid that attacks just bounce off. By the end, you'll know how to make any critic or manipulator instantly regret targeting you. Let's break down why we defend ourselves. It starts in childhood. A teacher or parent accuses you of something. Your survival depended on convincing them you were good, that you had a good reason. I didn't break it, it fell. You learned that an authority figure held the power to judge, and your safety depended on their verdict. The problem is, you never really unlearned that. As adults, we subconsciously hand that judge badge to everyone, our boss, our partner, some random person online. When you defend yourself against someone, what you're really saying deep down is, "You are the judge. I am on trial. Please accept my plea so I can feel okay again." It reeks of neediness, and people, on a primal level, can sense that submission from a mile away. Machiavelli put it bluntly, it is much safer to be feared than loved. In modern terms, it's much safer to be respected than understood. When you rush to defend, you're choosing to be understood over being respected. You're saying, "Please get me, please see my good intentions." But think about it. Does a king explain his laws to every citizen? No. By scrambling to give reasons, showing texts, bringing up the past, you signal that your inner peace depends on their agreement. You've given them the key to your emotional house, and once they have it, they can let themselves in and trash the place whenever they want. The first step to becoming untouchable is realizing the courtroom doesn't exist. There is no judge, there is no jury, there's just you and them and their opinion. When you stop treating people like authorities, their accusations stop sounding like sentences and start sounding like what they really are: noise. So, what do you do instead? Let's play it out. Scenario: someone says, "You're being so selfish right now." The old defensive you would jump in. "No, I'm not. I did X and Y for you yesterday. I'm just tired." That's weak, reactive, and puts you in their frame. The Machiavellian move is this: you look at them, you hold eye contact, your face is neutral, and you say nothing. Let the silence hang for 3, 4, 5 seconds. That silence is a psychological power tool. In conflict, the human brain is terrified of quiet. It breaks the normal script. By staying silent, you're mirroring their aggressive energy back at them. You're forcing them to sit in the tension they created. Usually, they'll start to crumble and fill the silence. "I mean, you're not always selfish, but just right now," or "Why are you looking at me like that?" Suddenly, they're explaining, they're defending. The power has completely flipped. Your silence has become a void, and you can't punch a void. Sometimes silence alone isn't enough. You might need words, but never defensive words. Your goal is to never push back against their force. You redirect it. This is the conversational version of Aikido. One powerful method is agree and amplify. You take their absurd accusation and make it a joke so ridiculous it exposes how silly they're being. Them. You're so obsessed with money, you're greedy. Defensive you. I'm not greedy, I just want to provide. This validates that the accusation is even worth addressing. Machiavellian you. With a flat, slightly amused look. You caught me. I actually swim in a vault of gold coins like Scrooge McDuck every Tuesday. It's terrible for my back. What did you just do? You refused to be insulted. You showed you have zero insecurity about the topic. You turned their serious attack into a joke, proving you were the one framing reality, not them. This is called amused mastery, the attitude of an adult watching a toddler tantrum. You don't argue with the toddler. You're calmly amused by the drama because you know you're safe. Another lethal tactic is to refuse the role of defendant and seize the role of judge. You do this by answering their question with a question that turns the spotlight back on their behavior. Why are you always late? Traffic was bad, my alarm didn't go off. You're in the defendant's chair. Machiavelli in you. Why does my arrival time affect your mood so deeply? Or what makes you feel the need to lead with criticism like that? Boom! Now we're not talking about your lateness, we're talking about their emotional reactivity, their communication style. You're calmly psychoanalyzing them in real time. This is infuriating to a manipulator. Phrases like, "It's interesting you perceive it that way," or "You seem very invested in this," act as verbal shields. They acknowledge the person spoke, but they don't accept the content. It's a boundary. Here's the advanced paradox. Sometimes the most powerful move is to agree, but not the agreement of submission, the agreement of the abyss. This is called fogging. If someone is yelling, listing your flaws, trying to provoke a fight, you look them in the eye and calmly say, "You're right." And then you stop. "You're right, I can be difficult sometimes. You're right, I did mess that up. I'll fix it." When you throw a rock into thick fog, what happens? Nothing. No thud, no rebound, it just disappears. By agreeing, you steal all their momentum. They were pushing against a locked door, and you just opened it. They wanted a fight. Resistance would have fed their anger. Your agreement neutralizes it. But here's the nuance. You only agree with the kernel of truth, never with the shame or identity they're trying to slap on you. You own the action, not the insult. Only someone truly secure in their competence can admit a mistake that easily. None of this works if it's just a line you're reading. If your voice shakes or your eyes dart, the act falls apart. This is 20% words and 80% non-verbal frame. The real work is internal. Why does an insult hurt? Because it touches a wound that's already there. If I called you had green skin, you'd laugh. You wouldn't defend yourself. But if I call you a failure and it stings, it's because a part of you fears it might be true. The ultimate defense is self-knowledge. It's looking at your own shadow, owning your flaws, and integrating them. When you know you can be selfish, someone calling you selfish gets a calm, sometimes yeah. You cannot shame a person who has already accepted themselves. Your challenge for the next week is this: play the no defense game. No matter what, if you're late, if you spill coffee, if someone misunderstands you, you are forbidden from explaining. Just state the fact. I'm late. I spilled it. Sit in the discomfort of their possible disapproval. Let the urge to fix their perception burn away. Watch what happens. You'll see confusion, then a slow dawning respect. People are magnetically drawn to certainty, and nothing screams certainty louder than a person who doesn't need to explain why they exist. You are reclaiming your energy. You are stepping out of the child's role and into the role of the sovereign. The world will bait you for a reaction. Don't give it one. Keep your mystery. Keep your power. Keep your silence. If this mindset resonates with the part of you that's tired of performing, you know what to do. Drop a comment below. What's one situation where you'll try no defense first?